I hope y'all can hear me because I got headphones in and shit, and just talking through the mic. But how fucked up these single mothers are, man, and how fucked up they be putting us men, preferably black men, or mainly just men, in hold through the ringer, and use their kids as leverage to get what they want out of they said men, or out of they baby daddies and shit like that, and give them nothing back in return. All right, check it. So I was watching I was watching this video where Boosie basically online pleading to one of his baby moms for her to give him his kids, whatever, so he could see his kids and shit, right? He was saying, and in the video, and that this bitch ratted on him, snitched on him. He did 20 extra months to this bitch when everybody was telling her, nah, man, her bitch ass need to rot in fucking jail. Blah, blah, blah. Took time out of his life to serve more time for this ungrateful ass bitch. And he said every month she be calling him to make sure that damn, of course, that damn child support, to make sure that damn child support money come in on time and shit, right? But yet, so let me get this straight. When it comes to shit that y'all hoes want, y'all will be real quick, real fucking quick to egg a man on, bother a man, bug a man every goddamn hour of every goddamn day until y'all finally get the shit. But when it comes to the shoe being on the other foot, when y'all told this man that y'all was gonna give him this, give him that, and all this other bullshit, and then you put a set time on it to where you say, oh, I'm gonna give you this, or better yet, with Boosie's example, this bitch could probably say, oh, well, I'm gonna give you your kids on this date, right? The date comes by, and you constantly asking this bitch, blowing this bitch up, like, where my kids at? She ain't even messaging you back, and then she hit you up with some damn nigga type shit, like some bullshit, man. She'll give your ass a whole bunch of excuses on why you can't see your kids on that certain date and time. Or she'll just flat out be on some nigga, I don't owe you shit, blah, 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 and all this other goofy ass shit, man. See? That's why, man, when it comes to, I'm glad I ain't got no motherfucking kids. And not because of the fact that I don't want kids. It's just these women out here nowadays, they're not worth having kids by. They're not worth having kids by, man, because I don't want to deal with all the drama and all the bullshit that comes with this bitch. To leverage, use my own kids as leverage, right? Use my own kids as leverage so that way she can get whatever the fuck she want out of me. So that way she can continue to use and utilize me. Keep in mind, I'm not even with the bitch no more. This is just an example. Keep in mind, like, say, you know, you broke up with your fucking girl, whatever like that you had babies by. You're not even with her no more, right? Well, because of that fact alone, that you broke up with her and you don't want to have anything to do with the bitch, that's gonna be one straw that breaks the camel's back when it comes to that bitch. It doesn't matter if you're stealing your kids' lives, if you're stealing your child's life or your children's lives or whatever. All that matters to her is you don't want to be with that bitch anymore. Because she, what I'm trying to say. Yeah, all that matters to her is that you're not with her anymore. So she can continue to use you and be used to the fact that you simped over her and shit. She's comfortable with your simping. What the fuck was that? I don't know what the hell that was. But she's comfortable with your simping. And she's comfortable at the fact that You doing all this bullshit for her, and she's doing half of it for you, right? You get doing from this said for this said bitch, and it's like, okay, you getting pussy in return. Wow, like pussy is so hard to get nowadays. This shit is extremely easy. Like men are starting to wake up and realize that we've been over glorifying pussy for the longest, and women has been using it to, like they say, they use what they have to get what they want. Ain't that's how the stupid slogan go for y'all hoes? Which means that y'all out here selling y'all body, selling y'all ass, and etc. All types of other goofy shit, right? So you have these certain type of women out here who want to sit here and act like they still hitting on shit, who want to sit here and act like they still hitting on shit because they got a pussy, even though yo moist wet hole fucking smells awful, been used up, got a whole bunch of high mileage on it. Like, you ain't no commodity out here, especially if you a 2-time, 3-time single mother. Like, bitch, you are out here fucking and sucking your way back up to being the type of person that you thought you were, well, that you were back in your 20s. But now that you 30 years old, done hit the wall and all this other shit, you still think that your market value is just as high as it was back when you didn't have kids. And that's one delusion that y'all bitches need to wake up and get out of. That's why you see men out here, they're not glorifying pussy like that anymore. Because they realize what it is now, or starting to realize what it is now. And starting to realize if they going that shit wrong, they're gonna have to deal with your ass for the damn near majority of their life. 18 to 20 years, that's a stretch, dog. 18 to 20 years is a fucking stretch. That was a terrible voice crack. But I don't know if y'all hear me or not because I got fucking headphones in. But 18 to 20 years is a fucking stretch, dude. And then on top of that, dealing with all of her bullshit, dealing with taking care of the kids, dealing with the fact that you can only see your kids at certain times. Like, it's funny, man. I find it so hilarious how men who want to be in their kids' lives, they catch the most hell from their baby mamas versus the men who don't want to have anything to do with neither the bitch or the kids. They skating by, bro. They scot-free. They sliding. And this bitch over here, to the men who don't want to have anything to do with their kids, and that bitch, she is begging this nigga. She is on her knees pleading. She is on her knees pleading towards this nigga to come get her kids and all that other shit, spend time, whatever. Like, this is the mentality that women have, man. For the most part. This is the mentality that women have, man, for the most part. And it's fucked up. It's retarded. And then on top of that, most of these single mothers, they just use these men to get money out of them and use the state as help to get money out of them. So they get money out of men and the goddamn state and the average taxpayer at the same damn time. So it's like, what the fuck are these single mothers out here doing to help society, you know, progress forward? Instead of just being, again, fucking leeches, right? They didn't put anything into they didn't produce anything into society. They didn't do none of that shit. But yet you got all of these motherfucking benefits out here for women who were irresponsible and reckless with their reproductive system. So it's like this whole single mother industrial complex bullshit that's happening right now. I'll tell you what this shit's like. It's like how back in 2008, when the banks were basically the ones that fought for crashing the economy, and the United States government wrote them a motherfucking bailout package. the stimulus package and shit, which is basically a bailout for the banks. So in this society, you get rewarded depending on the type of person or depending on what demographic of people you attach to or you identify with. You get rewarded for fucking up in this country. The banks get rewarded for screwing people over, as in getting more money, and single mothers get money for screwing people over and having all these damn relationship kids just so they can go run to the child support office to take money out these men's pockets because they want to see these men suffer, man. Like, the war on men is fucking very real. The war on masculinity, raw masculinity, that these women dread, but at the same time they can't live without, is very real. Which is why I support this motherfucking MGTOW philosophy, this MGTOW way of thinking, man. Because it is a way of thinking that can... I wasn't told any of this shit about how women are exactly and single moms whenever it comes down to how women operate in society and all of these unfair advantages that they have. I wasn't told any of this shit, man. I wasn't told the real raw truth about all of these, again, unfair opportunities that women have. Preferably black women. That's the main fucking demographic of women I'm talking about. So it's like being a single mother is, again, a benefit now. Even though these bitches fail to realize that they are playing into this whole system of quote unquote white supremacy, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. It's a system that's designed to keep everybody down. And the ones who are at the top controlling it, they're going to get richer. They're going to get more power. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. It's a system that is designed to keep everybody enslaved, everybody against each other. Why the hell you think that when to get these fucking benefits, the man can't be in the house? So these programs and these benefits that y'all so-called pro-black women, powerful black women who want to see black people survive and strive and all that other bullshit, well, those same benefits and those programs that y'all using is destroying the black family. Because in order to be eligible for it, there can't be a man in the house. So most of these bitches be getting pregnant on purpose, strategically and shit like that, just to use a man. And just to use him for everything that he's got, man. Meanwhile, you got some bitches out here who ain't even taking their ID when they, the only thing that they are taking is their ID, nigga, when they go out. Right? The only thing that they have in their motherfucking pocket is their ID. Because reason why is because they know that majority of the things that they're going to get or that they want when they with a simp, they're going to have it paid for. It's going to be paid for. Now, men, do you have that privilege of only going out with your ID? Well, obviously not. But and these bitches be out here talking about how they want to be spoiled and all this other goofy ass shit. Bitches be out here like 25, 30 plus years old, 2-time single mother, talking about they want to be spoiled. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. Your ass is spoiled, and not in a good way. I'm not talking about spoiled as in getting everything you want. I mean spoiled as in rotten, as in hit the wall spoiled. Your ass is expired. Don't nobody want to fuck with you like that no more. And if they do, they only want to fuck. That's the main end game when it comes to that shit. But yeah, you got niggas out here who will go to great lengths just to get some pussy, dude. They will sit here and take this bitch out to all kinds of fucking lavish restaurants and shit like that, and spending a whole bag on this bitch just in hopes of getting some pussy at the end of the night. Some single mother pussy. Meanwhile, it's a nigga who just pulling up at this bitch house with some damn swishers and some motherfucking ice house or some fucking Miller Lite, fucking the shit out of this bitch. They ain't even go nowhere. The kids off with they fucking baby daddy or wherever the fuck. So now the bitch has time, and meanwhile your goofy ass is up here whining and dining this bitch and hopes. See, she used different men for various things. That's why they like to call men dogs, man. Because there are different types of dogs out there, because different dogs have different purposes. And these bitches are like cats. Most cats are the damn same, except they fucking skin color and how they look. It all comes down to them being visually pleasing, right? Especially y'all single moms, bro. Like, this single mother epidemic, man, is number one, I don't see no end in sight. And number two, how y'all single mothers gonna sit here and say that y'all men ain't shit because y'all don't take care of y'all kids? And to the men who don't take care of their kids, obviously, you know y'all need to get it together. But how y'all gonna say that black men as a whole ain't shit because they sorry with their kids, X, Y, and Z, when statistics show, the CDC statistics show that 51% of black men don't have kids. That's over half, my friend. That's over half, hun. And then the statistics also break down that the ones who do have kids, they're in a marriage. Like, I think it's like 15% of the men that do have kids, or 20%, they're in a marriage. So it is a very small pool of deadbeat dads out here. And at the same time, those are the exact same type of men that y'all always end up picking. Those deadbeat dads end up being the ones that y'all be so quick to get a pussy to. So that's why you have a motherfucker like Raw Dog Rob and a Cynthia G type situation. That's why you will have a nigga who has 4 or 5 different baby mamas, baby daddies. But, and meanwhile, the next bitch is about to be the number 6. It's retarded. It's retarded as fuck. Then the next bitch will be the 6th baby mama. All y'all hoes fucking with one nigga. Y'all all go after the same demographic of men, which is a small demographic, right? And to the ones who do want to take care of their kids, system, in the ringer, to where they got to come up out their pockets just so that way you can turn around and give that money to that ancient nigga that you all and keep getting knocked up by him. Even though those ain't shit men is just a small pool of men that majority of y'all women keep going after. The ones who don't take care of their kids, the ones who don't want to have anything to do with you or those goddamn kids. But hey, like it's getting to the point to where now most of the men, including those 51% of men who don't have kids, don't want to deal with your ass neither. So this is why I keep saying y'all are done. And I might come out with a part 3. I might have it more, more laid out and write down some bullet points and then expound upon those, hit key points in the shit. Because my y'all are done series, man, that shit decent. It's decent. It's all right. But yeah, man, it's just my little quick rant on single moms. I might talk about single mothers as well in my y'all are done series, because they are, man. Like, times are changing. This whole thing with the Me Too move going on, where women can't do no wrong, especially single moms. This whole thing where single moms, they get rewarded for having these bastard ass babies instead of reprimanded. But meanwhile, you got men out here in society who get the complete opposite treatment of that shit. Say if they get a woman knocked up, you will have society, you will have family members, you will have different people outside. You have different people coming out of the woodwork talking about, oh, you better take care of those kids, blah, 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 and all this other shit, man. Trying to talk down onto you. Trying to talk down onto you and shit. Instead of talking to you like an actual person, trying to talk to you like you a fucking child. But yet, they will talk to these women like they're victims. They will talk to these women like their child, like their kids, as in, oh, well, that was just a mistake, hun. It's all right. Oh, you know, even though you got pregnant by a nigga that ain't even want to have kids, it ain't your fault, girl. He just ain't shit. Well, then, bitch, you ain't shit when it comes to your choices in men. And you ain't shit when it comes down to accountability. Like, if you in a relationship, right? And you break up with a bitch, other or not. Now, how much you want to bet that when the next dude come along, or when she go tell her friends why y'all not together anymore, she will leave out key points on why y'all not together. She will try to twist and flip the story to where it would seem like it was all you weren't doing your half, or you just ain't like her, even though she was doing shit on her end that would further push you away. And that would further put you in a state to be like, man, you know what? I ain't got time. I don't want to deal with this bitch no more. Like, this bitch just full of it. All she want to do is argue. All she want to do is be in competition with me instead of actually being my fucking, you know, my relationship partner. None of that goofy, none of that shit's going on. It's nothing but goofy shit going on. So I'm going to cut my losses. I'm going to cut that shit short. Oh, and please don't get her knocked up. But yeah, man, you can, let's just say you talk like, she talking to her homegirls, whatever, and they ask her, you know, why y'all broke up. She ain't gonna tell them the whole story. She ain't gonna tell them the whole story. She gonna make it seem like she was the one that's the victim, and that you left her because, I don't know, because you got tired of her, or some shit like that. Like she didn't do anything wrong that encouraged the breakup to come to begin with. That made the breakup process speed up. That made you not want to deal with her even more. Right? And that's what it comes down to, man. That's what it comes down to. She think that everything she did was right, or she didn't do anything wrong. That it was all you. You barely even see me. But yeah, man, I'll further touch on this topic, man, because watching that Boosie video where he was up here begging and pleading to his baby mama for her to let him see his kids, and apparently he was saying that he ain't see his kids in like 5 or 6 months. And Boosie, man, for the most part, that nigga look like he take care of his kids, man. All of them. And that's why I say the fathers that try to be in their kids, they end up going through the most hell by these single mothers and by the bitches that they got kids with, which is exactly why I'm gonna do my kids a favor and not fucking have them. Point blank, period. Because in the end, it's the kids that suffer the most, and thus the cycle continues. So I'll see y'all later, man. Y'all be good.